So, what exactly makes a dish a true American classic? Well, today, we're going to take a culinary tour of 10 iconic foods that, really define the nation's palate. So, let's dig in. It's actually a surprisingly tough question when you think about it. Is it something you'd find at a backyard barbecue? Or maybe a comforting dish that feels like home? Could it even be a sweet treat? All right, let's break down the contenders and see what comes out on top.
Okay, so first up, we're going to start with the undisputed icons. I'm talking about the dishes that have become like global ambassadors for American food. You'll see these on menus everywhere, from Tokyo to Berlin.
And kicking things off is a real heavyweight, the cheeseburger. Seriously, its magic is all in its simplicity. You've got a perfectly grilled patty, some gooey melted cheese, all inside a soft bun. That simple combo, which popped up in the early 20th century, has become a total worldwide phenomenon. I mean, the appeal is just universal, right? That savory, juicy patty, balanced out by the salty, creamy cheese. It's this perfect mix of texture and flavor. It's pretty much become the default setting for yum.
All right, next up, we're moving from the grill to the fryer. With roots in both Scottish frying techniques and West African seasoning, American fried chicken is all about that amazing contrast. You get that shatteringly crisp, seasoned crust on the outside, and then boom, perfectly tender meat on the inside.
So, right there, you have two totally distinct icons. One is defined by that juicy grilled char, and the other, it's all about that audible, super satisfying crunch. It just goes to show you the diversity you can find even in the most famous American foods.
And our final icon is the humble but oh so mighty hot dog. It actually traces its roots back to German immigrants and their frankfurters. This simple sausage in a bun is basically the ultimate customizable street food. I mean, it's handheld perfection, isn't it?
But look, the hot dog is so much more than just food. It's a whole experience. It's the taste of a summer barbecue. It's the sound of a baseball game. It's just a core part of American culture and chilling out. Okay, so we're going from the stadium right into the home kitchen. Let's talk about those dishes that just feel like a warm hug. Yeah, we're diving into the ultimate comfort foods, the staples of family dinners all across the country. First up on our comfort food list, BBQ ribs. Oh yeah, we're talking about those fall-off-the-bone tender pork ribs, slow-cooked and just slathered in a sweet, tangy barbecue sauce. And what's cool is that the style changes so much depending on where you are, from the Carolinas all the way to Kansas City.
The magic is really in how all those textures and tastes come together. The meat is so tender, it practically melts in your mouth, right? And then you get that sweet and tangy punch from the sauce, and it's all wrapped up in this deep, smoky flavor. Sure, it's messy, but it's absolutely wonderful.
Okay, next up, a serious contender for the king of all comfort food, mac and cheese. It's such a simple, perfect formula, isn't it? Just pasta swimming in a rich, creamy cheese sauce. This dish is so loved that it's often a kid's very first favorite meal, and for adults, it's pure nostalgic comfort.
The appeal is just so simple. It's warm, it's soft, and it's unbelievably creamy. I mean, it's basically the food version of a cozy blanket. And that's exactly why it's a family favorite that just never, ever goes out of style.
So our last comfort dish is something a little more upscale, but it's just as beloved, the classic steak. A really good cut of beef, grilled to perfection. That has long been the star of the show at American steakhouses and big celebration dinners. A great steak always delivers. It promises a hearty, super satisfying meal, and it keeps that promise. It's really all about showcasing quality beef, giving you that juicy, deeply savory flavor that makes it the go-to for a special occasion or, a serious dinner out. But of course, American food is way more than just dinner. So now, let's look at a couple of classics that really show off the variety here, from how you start your day to a much, much lighter option. Waking up on a weekend in America often means waking up to the amazing smell of pancakes. We're talking soft, fluffy cakes, usually served in a tall stack with a pat of butter just melting on top and a generous pour of rich maple syrup. Now, savory breakfasts are definitely a thing, but the pancake, it truly holds the crown for a celebratory, sweet start to the day. It's practically the official meal of the American weekend morning, for real.
And for something a little lighter, we've got the Caesar salad. And hey, here's a fun fact for you. Despite that Roman-sounding name, it was actually invented in Tijuana, Mexico, back in the 1920s by an Italian immigrant. Talk about a true melting pot dish that went on to become an American staple.
The genius of the Caesar salad is all in its balance. You've got these crisp, fresh greens that are the healthy foundation, right? But then it's perfectly contrasted by that rich, savory, and super creamy dressing. It's the best of both worlds.
All right, no food tour is ever complete without dessert, right? So let's wrap this up with two sweet treats that are just deeply woven into the fabric of American food culture. I mean, is there any dessert more American than apple pie? We even have the saying, as American as apple pie, which is funny because both apples and pie actually came from Europe. But hey, Americans adopted it and totally made it their own, a real symbol of wholesome, home-cooked goodness.
It's just a full-on sensory experience. That incredible smell of baked apples and cinnamon filling the kitchen, the warmth of that very first bite. It's just pure, sweet nostalgia in a dish.
And for our final item, we've got the cool and creamy milkshake. This classic treat has a pretty cool history. It actually evolved from a boozy, kind of eggnog-like drink in the 1880s to the wholesome ice cream-based version we all know and love today. And we can thank the invention of the electric blender for that.
Whether you're a chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry fan, the appeal is totally universal. It's sweet, it's satisfyingly thick, and it is so refreshing. It's really the perfect retro treat you'd imagine getting at a classic American diner.
So there you have it. From globally recognized icons like the cheeseburger to those homegrown comforts like mac and cheese, that was our whirlwind tour of 10 classic American dishes.
So, the big question is, which of these American classics are you going to try first? Whether you're craving something savory, something comforting, or something sweet, there's definitely an iconic dish waiting for you. Thanks so much for joining me on this tasty tour.